this video on doing research. Today, we will be going over the basics of conducting interviews. I have included timestamps for the video in the description box below. First, we will be discussing why you might choose to interview people as a primary research method for your project. Second, we will look at some basic types of interviews you can conduct. Third, we will review different types of interview questions and the settings you can conduct an interview in. So, why choose interviews as a research method? Interviews are a tested, tried, and true method for gaining data when simple observation doesn't give us the information we need. Interviews are also a great method to use when you are focusing your research on a small group of individuals. In this video, we will be discussing in-person interviews and online interviews. For both these types of interviews, we will be looking at interviewing only one participant and interviewing focus groups. Always remember that interviewers should be purposeful when choosing who participates in any type of interview. After you have chosen an interview participant, consider how you will interview them. If you choose to do it in person, think about how you will speak to them in a way that helps them feel comfortable. You will likely want to record or take notes while they're speaking, so consider how to do this without seeming impersonal or like you aren't listening. The more comfortable a respondent is, the better the interview will go. A focus group is where an interviewer will interview a group of participants who have knowledge of a topic or who are all affected by the topic in some way. Focus groups are more successful when participants aren't being asked to share intimate or personal knowledge in the group setting. When conducting in-person focus groups, it is nice to have a space large enough for everyone to sit comfortably without being squashed together. A one-on-one interview conducted online can certainly increase your chances of an interview. Lots of people have more availability online than they do in person. However, you want to make sure you are organized in giving your respondent the name of the technology you'll be using, as well as letting them know how long the interview will take. Online focus groups differ from in-person ones because participants don't necessarily have to see one another in order to engage in group discussion. Also, certain online meeting apps and programs have recording and transcription capabilities. One thing to note, however, is that online focus groups rely on a group of people's technology functioning correctly to go smoothly. It is a good idea to sketch out some interview questions ahead of time. Even if you want an unstructured interview that lets your participant take the lead on what to discuss, it is still best to have a rough idea of what you want to say. A basic way to tackle interviews questions is to follow the green, yellow, red system. Green questions are ones that are easy to answer. These are best to do at the start of the interview as they help your respondent feel comfortable. Yellow questions are slightly harder to answer. They make your respondent think a little, but aren't too mentally demanding. Red questions are difficult to answer and ask a lot of your participant. These should be done towards the end of the interview, and you should not ask too many of them. While you might get some of your best data from these questions, they can tire respondents out and they can seem probing. When conducting interviews, you want to make sure you have created a comfortable setting for your interview participants. If you are conducting interviews in person, think of how the setting could be made inviting to your interview participants. If you are meeting online and are using camera functions, try to make sure you are clearly visible via camera and that your sound is working. When thinking of how to make people comfortable during a physical interview, consider whether it's possible to provide refreshments and comfortable seating. Remember, you can always reach out to your local library and see if they have meeting spaces and/or computers for you to use during interviews. Thank you all for watching. I hope this bit has been an informative introduction to interviews. The process isn't that mystifying, and with a bit of practice, you can be interviewing like a pro soon enough. See you all next time.